Hey everyone, and welcome back to another exciting episode of our GASGAS Tech Talks. Today we're diving into the all-new GASGAS MC85. This bike represents a major leap forward in our mini lineup, and we can't wait to share all the details with you. So let's get started. For the first time, the GASGAS MC85 was developed with test riders in diverse national and international championships. This bike offers a wide opportunity for ambitious beginners and experienced riders, aged from 11 to 15 years. So let's take a closer look at what makes this bike so special. One of the key features of the MC85 is how it narrows the gap between the MC65 and our full-size motocross bikes. We've carefully downscaled the ergonomics of our big bikes and adapted the bodywork to suit younger riders. With a new frame, a new swing arm and a new shock, the whole geometry of the bike has changed. 75% of the bike is all new. Under the hood, the MC85 boasts a powerful engine with 6 gears and a peak RPM of 16,000. The new CDI box or control unit from Hydria brings more processing power and a new ignition curve, setting also a cornerstone for future technologies. The signal from the CDI controls the ignition timing of the spark plug electronically. This means that the ignition timing can be dynamically adjusted to the different speeds in order to generate an optimal ignition curve. The standard map is designed to work best on almost every kind of circuit, but when conditions get more heavy or sandy, by simply unplugging a connector under the fuel tank, you can activate another map. To make this adjustment easier, we offer a handlebar-mounted map select switch that's available as a technical accessory. Once installed, it's then just a case of a second to flip between the two different maps. Riders can choose between different carburetor settings, which are detailed in the owner's manual. And the needed jets and needles you will find in the bike pack. We recommend 2 different settings, called a rich and a lean map, although there's a lot of more options. We also have a complete new exhaust system with less seams for an optimized exhaust flow and a new geometry of the header pipe that allows the engine to perform better, especially in the bottom and the mid RPM range, without losing any top power. And to make it look a bit better, it comes now with a black anodized finish. We've also upgraded the spark plug, featuring a smaller thread size than the previous model, and it's tightened to a new torque of 13 Nm. This modification reduces the dead volume in the combustion chamber and generates more power and torque. To start the bike, there is a Kickstarter mounted, in order to offer a lightweight and still affordable kids motorcycle. The engine position we changed as well, to fit into the new frame. Our R&D colleagues rotated the engine upwards by 3 degrees, while keeping the same connection point with the swing arm. With that, we tried to improve the traction, since the rear of the bike gets lower and the weight distribution of the bike gets a bit better, especially in corners and while jumping. Let's talk more about the housing of the engine, our frame. The high-strength steel frame is powder-coated and features a completely new design. If you put the frames of the old generation and the new generation next to each other, you don't see a big difference at the first sight. But literally, there's not a single part that remains the same. If we have a closer look, you see the differences of the connection parts and the rear shock mounting. That the rear shock is directly mounted to the upper frame tube enhances the shock absorption and stability. What you also don't see here, but what has a huge impact on the handling of the bike, is the different steering head angle. That we made flatter from 64 to 63.5 degree and 6 mm closer in the direction of the rider. The steering angle is 35 degrees, so 2 degrees more. This allows the rider to move the bike more easily, especially in tight corners. Frame protectors come standard and add extra grip for the rider with special texture. Attached to the frame, you have also foot pegs. A really important part in my opinion. If you compare the old foot pegs with the new ones, you see that we have a larger surface for better grip and stability. This is again a takeover from our full-size bikes and includes a so-called no-dirt design. Means we optimize the design in the sense that you have a larger surface to make the connection between the bike and the rider bigger by using as less material as possible, so there's also less chance of dirt buildup. When we talk about the frame, we also need to talk about the subframe. The hybrid construction of the subframe, now used in the 85cc class, includes aluminum inlets and an injection molded polyamide upper subframe. This design is lightweight and integrates smoothly the bike's electronic system. The new one-piece aluminum swing arm is 300 grams lighter and features a flatter angle of 2.3 degrees, improving stability and reducing dirt accumulation. On the suspension front, the WP Exact Air Fork allows for compression and rebound adjustments with preset air pressure, adjustable to the rider's weight and track conditions. The compression you adjust at the upper end of the right fork leg, and the rebound you adjust at the lower end of the right fork leg. On the left fork leg, you adjust the air pressure. The rear suspension includes the WP Exact Pro components, linked directly to the swing arm, offering 289 mm of suspension travel with full adjustability in preload, compression on the top and rebound on the bottom. To make the low-speed compression adjustments, a hole of 6 mm can be drilled into the rear number plate of the bike to avoid removing it completely. Then, with a flat screwdriver, you can easily adjust the low-speed compression on the go. Adjustments on the high speed you can do with a ring wrench. A more detailed explanation of suspension setup and why it's useful you can see in another episode of our GASGAS Tech Talks. Besides that, we changed the spring rate from 40 Nm to 45 Nm. The result of the shortened shock is a flatter swing arm angle, which results in an improved bike stability and the bike is more planted on the rear. Our Model Year 25 MC85 bikes come with different wheel sizes, allowing your kids to grow with their bike. The seat height of the bike with the 17-14 wheels is 845 mm and with the 19-16 wheels it's 871 mm. The weight varies also slightly, being 68 kg for the smaller wheel size and 69 kg for the larger one. Important note regarding the wheels. It's not possible to put the wheels of the old generation in this new Model Year 25 bike due to a new swing arm and a new brake caliper support. The chain guide and the chain tensioner system is now the same as on our full-size bikes, allowing the parents and or the kids to tension the chain more easily. For that you have some marks to adjust the chain perfectly. Since we're already talking about servicing or maintaining the bike, we should not forget to mention the following. The air filter is easily accessed without any tools by removing the side panel. But not only the access is easy, also the maintenance and change of the air filter is super easy and almost fail-proven. To remove the seat, you now only need to open the screw on the top. In the old generation, the screw was at the rear, but we made this change because the bag is getting dirty more easily, so if you want to have a fast access on the track, you have less effort to clean it. Besides that, the rear wheel axle is not closed anymore. So if dirt is coming in from one end, you can easily get it out now without dismounting the rear axle. The hour meter is now standard in the bike and can be mounted either screwed behind the front number plate or under the seat. To put it in a nutshell, the GASGAS MC85 is truly designed for young riders ready to take their skills to the next level. With its cutting-edge technology, enhanced performance features and adaptability, this bike is set to inspire the next generation of motocross champions. Thanks for tuning in to this episode of our GASGAS Tech Talks. Stay tuned for more episodes where we answer your burning questions about our bikes. Anything you're interested in, please leave us a comment and we try to include it in one of our next episodes. And as always, ride safe and ride with GASGAS.